Hello, my name is George Luti. I'm from Keller Williams Legendary, and I have my good friend.
Stephen Paul Ross with Nationwide Mortgage. Thank you, George.
Yeah, and nice to meet you guys. Thank you for joining us. I'm here to.
And George, what about tell the audience a little bit about what you did for the NYPD, because most will find this pretty much awesome.
Well, let's see. My background is 2004. I was sworn in as an NYPD police officer. I worked in the confines of Brooklyn, East New York, 73rd Precinct. I did that from 2004 to 2014. I then proceeded to transfer my unit to Highway Patrol in Queens, where I finished my career there and just retired in 2024.
Thank you for your service. And last but not least, George, we have to cover this. The cowboy hat.
I don't have the energy for you today.
Yes, so I was born in Texas, so I believe I have the right to wear the cowboy hat. And I always wanted to be a cowboy since I was a kid. And since I retired and I became a real estate agent, I don't see many real estate agent cowboys. I guess I'll be the first of many.
Very nice, George. I appreciate
Steven.
it. George, tell us a little bit about Queens.
So a little bit about Queens is the new listings, the comparables for January 2025 to 2024, last year's January. The new listings is at 356, where last year's listings were 372. The closing sales were at 249 this year compared to last year's 216, which was an increase in 15.3%. Okay, that's Queens County. Stephen, do you offer any programs for New York State?
Yes, we have an excellent program for New York State for first-time home buyers. It's called Sony May, State of New York Mortgage Association. And what it does is the interest rate is significantly lower than a conventional mortgage, probably close to 1% less. All they have to do is qualify, and they have to make it their primary residence.
Great. Thank you for that knowledge and information. As far as Nassau County's concerns, the new listings of 2025 in January were 767 compared to last year's 725, which was an increase in 5.8%. The closing sales for this year is 618, where last year's sales were 649, which is a slight decrease in 4.8%. Do you offer any programs for first responders and military, Stephen?
Yes, that's awesome that you ask. My primary focus is working with law enforcement, and what we do is any police officer and their family members, we waive all of their bank fees. So there's no processing, application, commitment fees. What separates us compared to some of our competitors is that they only do it for the police officer. We actually extend it to their family. So if their daughter, son, grandson is interested in purchasing a home, we pass along the same benefit.
Oh, wow, that's great. And I appreciate that. We appreciate, I'm just retired NYPD. I just retired in October, if nobody knows that. And we appreciate you guys offering those type of programs and grants. As far as first-time homeowners, do you have anything for them?
Yes, of course. If you're a veteran, you could purchase a home and put down 0%. All you have to do is pay for your settlement costs. FHA allows you to put down 3.5%, and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac allows you to put down 3%.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great to know for all your former and current military veterans out there. Thank you for your service. We're going to continue with Suffolk County, the last not least. For this year's January new listings, there's approximately 975 compared to last year's 964, which is a slight increase of 0.8%. The closing sales for this year is 821 compared to last year's 827. So it's nearly almost the same, slightly lower, negative. As far as interest rate trends in the current market, what do you see, Stephen?
Well, thanks to the new administration with the new president coming in, interest rates are on their way down. Our rates are based on the 10-year Treasury. The 10-year Treasury in January was close to 4.8%. Today it's at 4.2%. To put things in perspective, the prime rate is 7.5%, and interest rates are below prime. So potentially a person can get a rate in the mid-sixes. They may have to pay for that, but it's definitely better than being at 7.5% or 8%. So rates are hopefully trending on their way down.
And in your opinion, they're going to go down significantly? Or
that you had.
And should I ask your opinion?
Sure, if you want to.
And in your opinion, what do you think the rates will do?
They hope that, George, the rates will be in the high fives before the end of the year. That's the goal.
High fives, that's really good. For all those people out there who want to buy, sell their current home and then buy.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What about yourself, George? What's your area? Where do you cover?
Mostly I cover Queens, Long Island, Nassau, and Suffolk County. I do cover everywhere in New York, and nationwide I do have connections nationwide. I'm not opposed to Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, and Staten Island. Stephen, I got a question for you. Do you offer free consults in regards to my clients or future clients out there that have any questions about loans or interest rates?
Of course, anytime. 7 days a week. I do have little kids at home, but generally my phone line's open from 7 in the morning till 10 at night. If somebody has a question about something, it's important that they get that answered that same day and not have to wait until the morning to get that answer.
Well, that's great. I'm also available at the same times, 7 days a week, weekends, nights, evenings, mornings. You can contact me via phone or email. We will, Stephen and I, if for those clients out there are just wondering or just curious, it's free consult. It can't hurt you, just giving you information. We can do a three-way Zoom or set up a phone call, whichever fits your needs and work schedule or life schedule. If you can, just reach out to both of us.